All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. A very happy new year to all our listeners. I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The headlines. Government unveils 102 lakh crore rupees 5-year plan for mega infrastructure push. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad says Citizenship Amendment Act is not against any citizen of the country. SMS services restored in Jammu and Kashmir. Broadband internet also resumed in the hospitals. India to launch Chandrayaan-3 this year, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. First phase of US-China trade deal to be signed on the 15th of this month, says US President Donald Trump. And people across the globe welcome New Year 2020 and bid farewell to 2019 with festivities. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaraman has unveiled infrastructure projects worth 102 lakh crore rupees that will be implemented in the next 5 years as a part of the government's spending push to the infrastructure sector. The Finance Minister informed this yesterday while releasing the report of the Task Force on National Infrastructure Pipeline (NIP) for 2019-2025. Ms. Sitaraman said that in his Independence Day speech, the Prime Minister spoke about investing 100 lakh crore rupees in infrastructure.
Within 5-6 months after the announcement was made, the task force was formed. They have come up with, for the 100 lakh crore that we had committed, 102 lakh crore worth of projects. The task force in only 4 months held 70 different stakeholders consultation, and the stakeholders consultations were with the ministries, state governments, infrastructure companies, developers, bankers, NBFCs, and also with PE players and industry associations.
Ms. Sitaraman said energy projects worth nearly 25 lakh crore rupees have been lined up and another 20 lakh crore rupees in road and about 14 lakh crore rupees in railway projects have also been lined up. General Bipin Rawat will take charge as the country's first Chief of Defence Staff CDS today. He will assume office after inspecting a Tri-Services Guard of Honour at the South Block launch. General Rawat will have his office in the South Block and will have the parent service uniform. On Monday, General Rawat was appointed India's first CDS. He retired from the post of the Army Chief yesterday after a 3-year tenure. Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has asserted that the Citizenship Amendment Act is binding on the entire country and is perfectly legal and constitutional. Speaking to media persons in Thiruvananthapuram yesterday after the Kerala Assembly passed a resolution demanding scrapping of the Act, the minister added that only Parliament has got the powers to pass any law with regard to citizenship.
It is only the Parliament which has got the power to pass any law with regard to citizenship, not any assembly including Kerala Assembly. And this law, in terms of constitutional requirement, is binding in the entire country. Now, the CAA is not related to any Indian, Muslim included, much less to any citizen.
Mr. Prasad said CAA only relates to 6 persecuted minority communities of 3 countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. The Republic Party of India A, headed by Union Minister Ramdas Athavale, yesterday announced that his party will organize Pro-Citizenship Amendment Act CAA rallies across Maharashtra on January 10th. RPIA is a part of the BJP-led NDA government at the centre. In a statement, Mr. Athavale said rallies to support the CAA will be organized at every district at Tehsil level on January 10th by the RPIA. He dubbed the new Citizenship Act as a revolutionary decision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, SMS service, which was banned in Kashmir since the abrogation of Article 370 on the 5th of August, was restored from last night. J&K government spokesman Rohit Kansal informed this while addressing a press conference in Jammu yesterday.
It has been decided to restore internet connectivity to all government hospitals with effect from midnight December 31. Going forward, it has now been decided to further carry the process on, and from the midnight December 31, 2019, SMS services on mobile phones will be fully restored throughout the Valley of Kashmir.
J&K government spokesman Rohit Kansal also said that toll plazas at Lakhanpur, Kathua district, Lower Munda, Anantnag district, railway station, airports and all other places across the Union territory will stand abolished from today. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu has stressed on developing the sports infrastructure at the grassroots level in the Union territory and called for a self-sustaining revenue model for local clubs and academies promoting sports activities. The Lieutenant Governor made these remarks while reviewing the functioning of Youth Services and Sports Department in a meeting in Jammu yesterday. He directed the officers to prepare a list of panchayats having playgrounds and further asked them to submit a funding proposal for the development of sports infrastructure at the panchayat level. Mr. Murmu also issued instructions to the Deputy Commissioners to identify suitable land for the playgrounds in panchayats having no playground. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. Jitendra Singh, has said that India will launch Chandrayaan-3 this year. Briefing reporters in New Delhi yesterday, Dr. Singh asserted that the mission cost will be less than Chandrayaan-2. He added that the experience gathered from Chandrayaan-2 and available infrastructure will bring down the cost of Chandrayaan-3. Chandrayaan-2 mission was India's first attempt to land on the lunar surface. The Indian Space Research Organization had planned its landing on the south pole of the lunar surface. The National Investigation Agency NIA yesterday filed a charge sheet in its special court in Manipur against 6 people for an alleged ambush on Assam Rifles personnel in 2017. According to NIA, the ambush allegedly took place on a road opening party of the 4th Assam Rifles at Chamol Sajik Tampak Road in Chandel district. The agency said the attack was allegedly carried out by the People's Liberation Army PLA and Manipur Naga People's Front MNPF. 2 personnel were seriously injured in the ambush. One of them later succumbed to his injuries. 2 terrorists were also killed in the action. US President Donald Trump says he will sign the first phase of a trade deal with China at the White House on the 15th of this month. In a tweet, Mr. Trump said that he will travel to Beijing at a later date to open talks on other sticking points in the US-China trade relationship that remain to be worked out. In the first step agreement announced earlier in December, the United States agreed to reduce tariffs and China agreed to buy larger quantities of US farm products. US personnel at the American Embassy in Baghdad, which has come under attack by pro-Iran protesters, are safe and there are no plans to evacuate. A State Department spokesperson in a statement yesterday said that US personnel are secure and there has been no breach. There are no plans to evacuate embassy in Baghdad. Meanwhile, Iraqi Prime Minister Adil Abdul Mahdi urged protesters to end the violent siege of the American embassy in Baghdad, which was triggered by a deadly US strike on a Shiite militia. Dozens of protesters broke into the US embassy compound in Baghdad, smashing the main door and setting fire to a reception area, prompting tear gas and sounds of gunfire. In Australia, 3 people lost their lives and 5 others were missing, while at least 2 schools and dozens of homes were feared destroyed after the country's southeast was devastated by deadly bushfires that ripped through the popular tourist areas on New Year's Eve. Fire-ravaged Australia has launched a major operation to reach thousands of people stranded in seaside towns. Navy ships and military aircraft were deployed alongside emergency crews today to provide humanitarian relief and assess the damage from one of the worst days yet in Australia's months-long bushfire crisis. This season's blazes have killed 13 people, destroyed more than 1,000 homes, and scorched about 5.5 million hectares, an area bigger than Denmark or the Netherlands. People across the globe welcome New Year 2020 and bid farewell to 2019 with festivities. In Maharashtra, thousands of people in Mumbai gathered at the beaches and thronged promenades such as Marine Drive from late last evening to ring in the new year. In Chennai, thousands of people gathered in the iconic Marina Beach and other prominent public places to welcome the new year. Here's a report of the New Year celebration programs from Goa.
New Year celebration events were held in various beaches and locations of Goa. Music and cultural programs were held and tourists participated in these programs.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year, may we all celebration now and then on a world where every neighbor is a friend.
Everyone greeted New Year with joy and enthusiasm. Midnight masses were held in various churches. The programs had continued since Christmas celebrations. Mukesh Thali for AIR News, Panji, Goa.
Dubai heralded the new year in style with dazzling display of fireworks at various locations, including at the iconic Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, had a stunning display of light show and fireworks along with dancing fountains. President, Vice President and Prime Minister have greeted citizens on the occasion of New Year 2020. In a message, President Ramnath Kovind said, the dawn of New Year and the new decade is an occasion to commit ourselves to the making of a society that is peaceful, caring and compassionate. He said it is also an apt occasion to renew the commitment towards a stronger and more prosperous India. The President hoped that the new year will bring joy and prosperity in people's lives. In his message, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu called on people to resolve to be kinder, more compassionate and considerate human beings. He called on people to pray for the happiness, well-being and prosperity of the entire world. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoped that this year will be filled with joy and prosperity. He also hoped that everyone will be healthy and everyone's aspirations will be fulfilled. Sharing his thoughts at the Mann Ki Baat program of All India Radio on Sunday, Mr. Modi had extended New Year greetings and said that coming decade will witness the active contribution of the youth born in the 21st century.
मैं सभी देशवासियों को 2020 के लिए हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। इस दशक के बारे में एक बात तो निश्चित है, इसमें देश के विकास को गति देने में वो लोग सक्रिय भूमिका निभाएंगे जिनका जन्म 21वीं सदी में हुआ है, जो इस सदी के महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दों को समझते हुए बड़े हो रहे हैं।
Cold wave continues to sweep across North India. The whole of Uttar Pradesh is shivering with cold. Chilly wind and fog has badly affected normal life. More from a Lucknow correspondent.
State capital Lucknow shuddered at 0.7 degree and Bahraich recorded a low of 0.2 degrees Celsius yesterday, that is 7 and 9 degrees Celsius below the normal respectively. Dozens trains are running several hours late due to fog and many have been cancelled. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath yesterday through video conferencing instructed district magistrate for distribution of blankets and established more night shelter houses near railway station, buses and hospitals. State Relief Commissioner said that 4,60,000 blankets have been distributed so far. MS Yadav, Yaya News, Lucknow.
And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Paul Thotham.
Thank you, Abhishek. General Manoj Mukund Naravane takes charge as India's 28th Army Chief is a headline in almost all newspapers. Quoting the new Army Chief, the Indian Express writes, "We reserve the right to preemptively strike at Pak terror." Finance Minister unveils 102 lakh crore rupees investment roadmap, informs the Financial Express. Prime Minister, industry brainstorm on achieving $5 trillion target, writes the Economic Times, adding meetings held over past week to seek feedback and suggestions to boost economy, more in offing. SMS facility is fully restored in whole of Jammu and Kashmir, notes the Asian Age. Nitish says all is well. In alliance, soft pedals Kishore Sushil wrangle, reports the Pioneer. The Tribune informs that relief for Punjab cops, weekly off, 8-hour shift. The Mail today writes that railways raise fares on New Year's Eve. And finally, Hindustan Times reports that sunny day in Delhi brings relief. India Meteorological Department forecasts rain. And with that, it's back to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Paul. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government unveils 102 lakh crore rupees 5-year plan for mega infrastructure push. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad says Citizenship Amendment Act is not against any citizen of the country. SMS services restored in Jammu and Kashmir. Broadband internet also resumed in the hospitals. India to launch Chandrayaan-3 this year, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. First phase of US-China trade deal to be signed on the 15th of this month, says US President Donald Trump. And people across the globe welcome New Year 2020 and bid farewell to 2019 with festivities. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.